My name's Hannah. I'm a PhD student in linguistics in the School of English. And I'd say there's three main reasons why I'm a feminist. The first being that I find it hard not to be a feminist when you look at the way women are treated in the world. When you look at it's estimated that 1 in 3 women in the world will be a victim of some kind of violent sexual crime in their life. When you look at the fact that we still have a gender pay gap in the workplace. When you look at the fact that in trial proceedings for rape, a woman's sexual history is dissected as if somehow the fact that she's sexually active meant that she was inviting this kind of particular violent sexual crime. And so there's so many reasons that feminism is important and needs to be considered relevant. And particularly when it comes to being a woman in the world, women are held to such unattainable standards that, and either way, if you reject the standards that are expected of women, if you don't wear makeup or dresses and you don't have children, so you don't adhere to this traditional femininity, you're not being a woman properly and you're demonised because of that. And then on the other hand, if you do adhere to these things, if you stay at home to raise children or you like to wear a lot of makeup, you're somehow vacuous or not being strong enough as a woman. So there's no real way to win as a woman in society at the moment, and I think that's why feminism is still incredibly important. The second reason I'm a feminist is because of my life experiences as a woman in the world. I've been yelled at in the street and groped in clubs, all without my consent, and I'm expected to kind of just accept that that's a normal part of being female. If I start to talk about a subject and I get emotional about it, which can happen if I care about something, then it's often greeted with rolled eyes and accusations that I'm probably on my period, and my opinion is therefore dismissed, and I can't really engage in those kind of debates because people think I'm just some kind of crazy emotional woman. And when I start to talk to people about feminism, a surprising amount of people still seem to think it's a man-hating, bra-burning movement, and I think the reason I still want to engage in feminism in my everyday life is to convince people that that's not what it's about to me, and to most people these days it's about engaging all the genders to pursue equality for everybody. And yeah, so I think, I suppose the third reason I am a feminist is that I still have an awful lot to learn, and engaging in feminist discourse and discussion is important for people who have a certain, I suppose, privileged view of being a woman in the world, to listen to people who have a completely different view of being a woman in the world, and to see that the struggles that we face aren't uniform, but they should all be recognised equally. And there's kind of a buzzword at the moment, this idea of intersectionality, but it's incredibly important that feminism intersects with issues of ethnicity and class and age and ability, and that anybody who identifies as a woman should be listened to and should be heard. So while there's time for women to have platforms and to make videos and do this kind of thing, it can't be denied that the voice of modern feminism is often a particular type of woman. It's often a white, able-bodied woman, and what they have to say is legitimate, but it doesn't mean that the rest of the feminist movement can be ignored. So I think part of engaging in feminism for me is to kind of sit back and listen and learn from people who know much more about what it's like to be a woman in the world from a completely different point of view. So feminism shouldn't be a space for one type of woman's issues. It should be a space where everybody feels safe and valued and where everybody's issues should be heard.